What happens when we die? What will we leave behind? Immortality comes when you give your people something that they needed, that they didn't have, and that they can keep when you are gone. That is how you survive your own death.
So you want to be a knight, eh? You've lived your whole life inside these castle walls, yeah? Grown up here safe. And now you come to me and say that you want to pick up a weapon and defend your people? Do you know what's out there? Wastelands, poisoned lakes, starving barbarians. We are going to ride out and retake those lands, yes. Those lands were ours, and they will be ours again. But if you are going to pick up a sword, remember that it will be for the rest of your life. We have endless enemies to fight. We are far fewer than we used to be, but these are our lands. So, pick up your sword, learn to use it, ride out with us, but don't expect to ride back. You will always be a warrior if you start down that road. But for those who live, gold, plunder, power, glory. So, are you with me? Well, then come aboard.
Tu sais, la réalité du jeu vidéo aujourd'hui, c'est une industrie super sauvage où que 3% des jeux ramènent 97% des profits. Dans tous les processus créatifs, on vous dit « Ah oui, c'est normal d'échouer, on fait des fail-cam et on rit de nos échecs. » Mais quand tu le vis, là, c'est un peu moins agréable, surtout quand tu viens de brûler une dizaine de millions. C'est 2 ans de ma vie que j'ai passé en étant convaincu qu'on avait quelque chose de magique des mains jusqu'à temps qu'on réalise qu'on grimpait pas le bon mur. Mais lui, là, ça, c'est Yanis Mala, c'est le CEO du studio de Toronto, Montréal et Québec. Puis, as-tu envie qu'on se relève? Parce que peut-être qu'il dit « Hey, la gang de moineaux, vous venez me faire perdre assez d'argent et de temps. Allez donc travailler sur des marques existantes. » Là, ce que j'avais réussi à faire, c'est d'avoir 6 mois de temps avec mon équipe pour arriver avec une proposition. Et au bout de 6 mois, on décide, on tire-tu la plug, puis on vous met sur d'autres projets, ou on continue puis on investit. Je cherchais un directeur créatif qui allait avoir un jeu en lui. Lui, il est arrivé au 2e meeting avec un épée de bois qu'il avait fait à 14 ans.
When I started this project, I was half convinced that I was crazy. I pitched this project for 10 years, and every single person that I pitched it to had said no. It said no, it's not interesting, it's not going to work, I don't get it, it's not cool. I was starting to think I was crazy.
Je le sais aujourd'hui, la douleur que c'est là quand ça fonctionne pas. Et j'ai quand même été assez fou pour recommencer.
Stéphane, notre producteur, ça va être un mix d'anglais-français. Parce que pour avoir un pitch en bonne et due forme de Jason, ça te prend en anglais.
Je peux faire mon pitch en français, mais it would make no sense at all. It would...
So, I've had a game in my head for about 12 years now. I actually wanted to play this game for much longer than that, but the industry just kept not making it, right? I would go to the store every year and it wasn't there, and now I download and I'm like, where is it? It hasn't arrived. So that's this game, okay? This game is that. When our player was, 8 years old, so, right? He or she was in the backyard and found a stick and tack, back, back, whoosh. And he could do it. Couldn't put a ball through a hoop, right? Couldn't write his own name in his handwriting very well, right? But, right? All right, man. So he did what any reasonable 8-year-old would do, is he went and found his brother and beat the shit out of him with it, right? It's like, right? Later, in high school, picks up a baseball bat. Something moves. What is that? Like, that's a little scary. That's like, what is that thing? But wow. So he puts it down and says, fuck that, I'm gonna go play video games.
Il y a quelque chose d'assez intéressant de faire le rapprochement entre nos trois cultures et des genres musicaux en fait.
We're bringing the Super Bowl like mood and adrenaline.
Le métal, ça fit bien avec l'image qu'on va développer autour des Vikings. Le rap, très intéressant pour les Knights.
It's like Monster Truck meets UFC. It's loud, it's dangerous, it's full of dust, it's full of blood.
Knight, Viking, or samurai? What kind of person are you? What would you fight for?
Here we go. Pam, 360. Let's go. 360. Nick, Olivier. First of all, we wanted to solidify the nucleus of the game, which is the fight mechanic. It's our biggest risk and the heart and soul of this game and the business model of this game.
We convinced the company that we had an idea about melee sword fighting that was a completely new way to play these games, was a real breakthrough in gameplay. Instead of the traditional approach, where we expect you to memorize combinations, the Art of Battle puts your attention on your enemy's weapon as the most important thing that matters. And not just on the weapon itself, but on that weapon's position in space.
Yanis was here to just see the production. The good news is he really asked to see Hero. He was looking at it and you see, we sold the meeting, he went out happy. That said, that doesn't bring anything new to the project, or it was more a recognition tour.
L'innovation, ça vient avec du risque. Plus il y a d'innovation, plus il y a de risque. Et plus il y a de risque, plus il y a de chances que ça s'écroule parce qu'il y a trop de forces qui viennent s'opposer à ce que l'équipe veut faire. Que ce soit la pression pour avoir des talents, avoir des ressources, que ce soit le doute parce qu'à côté il y a un gros truc qui marche, pourquoi tu fais pas pareil?
One thing I will do very often is update you on what's happening on the marketing side. I know we're not yet ready to go out and say, hey, we exist. But in 2 weeks from now, we're going to have people from Europe and San Francisco. Marketing people from operational marketing will come here. We're going to present them the game. They're going to come and play. Aujourd'hui, on parle d'une vision qui est pure, qui est celle de Jason. On a une page blanche. On n'a pas de nom, on n'a pas de logo. On n'a pas d'image de boîte, on n'a pas de trailer, on n'a rien qui existe. faut tout créer ça.
When you introduce a new brand, we want to make sure that we start with a message that can be understood and resonate into as many players as possible.
Blade Masters, Blade Assault, Warriors of Honor, Eternal Honor, Blade Warfare, Blade Assault. J'ai pris fait la semaine passée, le Creative Services à San Francisco. Ça, c'est la liste de noms qui est Force of Arms, Wrath of the Warriors, Storm of Steel, Blade Rivals, Brotherhood of Steel, Bloodsport.
We want to capture the universal feeling of the heroic moment, the universal feeling of what it's like to be a warrior on a battlefield.
Yeah, there, yes.
The knight fantasy of being a protector, right, has always really hit me hard. My mom was a big Rodgers and Hammerstein fan, musicals, right? And her favorite musical was Camelot. And so I grew up watching Lancelot singing about, you know, being a valorous knight, and that whole thing was sort of where I got started, you know, with this fantasy.
If you were really in trouble, right, we were like, you would try to follow it, right?
I think fantasy is it's full of lessons about what can be and who we are. My dad was a collector of religions. By the time I was 14, I had been, I think, 7 different things. We had been, you know, Christian, Buddhist, atheist, you know, this Islam agnostic thing. We had done pagan stuff. We had done, right, everything. He did Zen. He was into meditation. He was a member of a cult. He did a Religion of the Month club, man. Watching shows, or, you know, I'm always watching them with a purpose. And what's the statement that's being made here? I take in entertainment like it was a philosophy, like it was a statement of philosophy. Oh yeah, this one.
Là, les filles, là, vont faire se dépêcher parce que la gymnastique, puis là, toi, Delphine, t'as oublié ton maillot de gym chez maman. C'est que là, faut passer chez maman chercher ton maillot de gym en plus, c'est la catastrophe. Le souper, moi, en tout cas, je vais manger juste vers 7 h quand que je vais arriver. Viens ici. Oh, ouais.
Ben, au début, quand tu arrives dans le jeu, tu peux choisir soit un monde normal ou le monde magique. Il peut avoir des méchants comme des monstres. Avant de naître, tu choisis un pouvoir.
Ça, c'est cool.
Puis tu peux devenir dresseur de dragon. Puis aussi, tu peux devenir la reine ou le roi.
Le monde de Frivia, là, c'est un monde vraiment très dispendieux. Tente pas de faire ça un peu plus cheap?
Papa, ton jeu à toi, il est pas cheap, donc mon jeu à moi sera pas cheap.
Welcome to Hall of Heroes, where the Hero Tournament is taking place right now.
Aujourd'hui, un jeu comme on est en train de produire, il n'en existe pas sur le marché. Il fallait trouver une façon de ne pas voir trop long en avant, mais être sûr qu'on avance avec à pleine vélocité. On s'est mis à intégrer les sessions de jeu au cœur de notre développement.
Every milestone is one of these, right? Where everyone gets together on the team and we make teams and we just beat the holy hell out of each other, right? We have a great time doing it, right?
I'm here with Jason, the Dark Lord Vandenberg, and I want to get your impressions. That was madness!
That competition forces us to engage with the game 100%. And what happens is we find all the bugs, we find out what's wrong, we find out if it's unfair, right?
Oh, he just took tower, guys.
Because after a tournament like this, you know, the teams that lost, they're gonna say if there was a reason that they lost, if the game was unfair, they're gonna say, well, it was unfair for this reason and this reason and this reason.
There's no disadvantage to playing against Giannis because you get to kill him a lot of times. It's really, that's super fun. Bang!
La pression est qu'on se bat toujours pour notre survie, puis pour convaincre la direction que l'argent ici investi est mieux investi à cause du potentiel du projet que sur une autre marque existante.
How many times do I need to remind you this rule? In show business, you need to be good when it counts.
Okay, that's true.
And I'll tell you when is that.
Oh, when that is. Okay, right, good. Thank you.
That's when I win.
That's when you win.
Of course.
That's when it counts.
Je fais du sport de combat, ça m'arrive de prendre des coups, ça m'arrive d'en donner. Je sais ce qui vient avec, la peur, la crainte, le thrill, l'intensité. Cette intensité-là, on l'a en jouant à Halo.
Parfait. Amène-moi le Dark Lord. Merde!
Avant, un meeting sur 3 avec le management, il cancellait. Il y a une autre urgence, comme on a un projet tôt en développement, il y a toujours des urgences du jour qui pouvaient prendre le dessus. Maintenant, le management est sur mon plancher une journée plus tôt pour se pratiquer parce que c'est tous des orgueilleux puis ils n'ont pas envie de se faire torcher que la journée du tournoi. Donc, j'ai eu un buy-in des gens de l'équipe, mais j'ai aussi un buy-in des gens de la direction.
Sonic and Moonwreck, the two team captains, dueling here. Sonic doing a great job with the guard breaks, placing those attacks really, really well. Moonwreck gets a strong attack in. Is this still anyone's head? Moonwreck takes him down.
I can't take this shit. It's too much.
Now the Knights are back in sudden death. They're down 2 guys. I can't blame him for doing that. You don't want to be caught 2-on-1 in this game. 2-on-1 is a great way to get a sword in your back and to be dead.
I got an education about bullies, for the first 20 years of my life. In school and being young, I was constantly being attacked. And I was never safe. Never safe. Because I wouldn't fight back. All you needed to do was say one thing to me, man, and I would break down crying, I'd get mad, I'd freak out, I would give him these huge reactions. I get hurt really, really easy. And that's on me. That's not the world constantly hurting me, right? I'm really, really sensitive. So I'm gonna get hurt. Like, it's just gonna happen. There's no avoiding it. If you're someone who's afraid that something bad's going to happen, then understanding the consequences of violent action can help you with that feeling. I think that anyone who is interested in how the world works will also be interested in violence, because violence is a natural consequence of conflict. And I can be fascinated by that and not need to express it at all. I have no need to. I'm not a violent person. I'm very peaceful, in fact.
People said never had to fight, never had to go to war or rise against a man. The man grabs the sword, he scans all the details. We cut to a first-person view of the knight running towards a group of imposing Vikings. This is the moment that we realize how scary it can be on a battlefield facing such a strong enemy. Are you okay?
The story of I've always wondered what it would be like. I never had to, and I've always wondered if I could. That's... You put your finger on something.
Faut quand même aller le pitcher, là. Puis pour nous, un des enjeux aujourd'hui, c'est qu'est-ce qu'on présente.
Close up on the sword's grip, plunge into the ground. The hand of a man grabs it firmly and pulls it out. Behind him, other soldiers are following his steps.
Je crois que c'est l'année où on doit annoncer le jeu. Aujourd'hui, le drame, ce serait qu'il y a un autre gros projet qui arrive et qui annonce le même jeu qu'on est en train de travailler.
This combat system, this lock-on, fight, duel, stance, we didn't invent this. We discovered this, right? The worst thing that could happen would be there's somebody else who's been working on it too. we have this big meeting where like me and Steph and Luke, all the sort of like the core leads of the team, we all go to Paris, right, to meet with at HQ with Yves Guillemot and with the editorial group there. So we get together and we show what we're doing, and then we talk about what we'd like to do, right, what our plans are. They said, actually, you know what, you guys? We think you should go for it. For the full box game, the big one. The answer is yes, good. Your current plan is good, right? And we'll give you this much more. Here, take this money. And inside, I'm like, yes. Oh my God. Like, you know, just like,
All right. Congratulations, Hero Team, on your fucking FPP. Really well done. It's gonna get hot and heavy for the next year or so. The people that you are partying with right now and that you're talking with right now, you're gonna see a lot of these faces. And remember, we're in this together. We're gonna do a great fucking job. The game is amazing. You guys are amazing, and I'm proud to work with you all. Thank you very much.
a technology that we call, no, we don't name it. We don't talk about that. Okay.
I think our biggest challenge is say, hey guys, we are here. We exist.
You saw it with the trailer, right? You see it when you play with the action, right?
Night Viking Samurai. What's the deal?
It's about you. It's about what do you value? What kind of warrior is inside of you?
One of the biggest announcements in today's Ubisoft press conference
is one of the big new games that was revealed this year.
There is melee combat, but this is a different style of melee, isn't it?
We call it the art of battle.
Instead of it happening here in your head, you're not thinking about it sort of intellectually. It happens down here in the lizard brain.
There was a big surprise delivered by this man.
Surprise!
Surprise!
People start playing. They immediately start.
Yeah. It's a new system, so give yourself a couple of minutes. But once you get it, that's where the fun will peak.
It's you and me. We're going to decide this. Two great warriors slashing in the battlefield. For a decade, I was like, we should make this game. We should make this game. We should make this game. And the answer was no, 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 no. No, we don't make that kind of game. No, no.
Today we came here with our Dominion mode. We have split screen, different multiplayer modes.
Nach Deutschland oder in die ganze Welt und neben mir sitzt Jason Vanderberg.
Why is it called For Honor?
The title is kind of a question, right?
Yeah.
What do you think honor means, right? And what would you fight for? Knights, it's usually about being protectors, right? Defending the weak, right? And the nobility of that. But people who pick Vikings, right? It's all about like expression and freedom and passion and rah. And then samurai, it's always about mastery and, you know, discipline and learning the focus and, you know, working towards something that's greater than yourself, right?
Drop by my desk, I'll have it ready for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We've been going from a team that has been really led by one person creatively. Like I've been this, you know, like visionary auteur pushing and like helping every piece of the game, you know, all the way through. To a team where that now has been spread out, right? I've given that responsibility to 10 different people, right? To all the different directors, and we're making this organization that knows how to make this game, right? So that, but if I get hit by a bus, right, they can make the game.
That's one thing that we need to fix though, is they don't do...
Avec l'ampleur des budgets qu'on travaille, je peux pas arriver puis dire à mes patrons, on fait quelque chose de nouveau, on va apprendre comment le faire. Non, il faut aller compétitionner avec les meilleurs au monde. Donc, pour compétitionner avec les meilleurs au monde, tu dois aller chercher les meilleurs talents au monde. On a 5 studios aujourd'hui qui travaillent avec nous. On a des gens en Chine, en Inde, Bucarest, en Allemagne, à Québec, à Toronto. On a dispersé notre production. C'est rendu une grosse machine. Là, bientôt, 500 personnes vont être impliquées dans le projet For Honor.
Il n'y a rien de pas correct, là. Je pense qu'il y a un manque de confiance, c'est tout. Moi, il faut tous en faire avec ça. En fait, mes mots, ça a été calm the fuck down.
whoever it is that is making these decisions. Because so far, I don't even know who is making these decisions. Yeah.
Est-ce que vous avez de l'info pourquoi que Jason pète sa coche ce matin?
Des trucs qu'il a demandé de faire qui étaient faits, mais ça a changé. Fait que là, il s'en va 3 jours pour le week-end. Fait que là, il est en panique.
The last 6 months has been really intense because we are a big team now, and I no longer have the time to explain to the people whose feelings I've hurt what I meant. I'll be like, blah, and I'll say something, and they'll go, and I can see it on their face, right? I can see that I've hurt them. And inside I go, no, like, oh, no. And when we were a smaller project, I could be like, look, I'm really sorry, let's talk about that, and take 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and talk it out. And so it would be fine. But now, we gotta go.
If your camera picks up speed a little bit and just gets the fuck over there, we won't feel the lack of the story quite as much.
I am very particular, right? About I want things to be like this or like this or like this. And when I get into conflict with people, something about the way that I act and the way that I talk communicates to them that they're in danger. And I scare people.
It feels to me like, again, we need to make each beat really crisp. When you're doing
Imagine you're working with a family of 208 people, right? And then imagine that you figure out that you're the crazy uncle who sometimes hurts everyone's feelings.
Actually, I don't know. There was a weird little thing with the grab, but you can clean it up.
And sometimes breaks their heart.
Action! Come on in! Ah! Yeah!
I want to stay and make this game forever. I don't want to hurt people. Yet, I have to tell people things they don't want to hear. And I have to be hard on people sometimes in ways that I'm not good at. I'm clumsy, right? And I'm required to do that for my job.
Your hands are shaking because you think me a monster. You wonder what you could do. Strike me down somehow. Turn my legion against me. That passion, Warden, I live it every day, every breath. In that way, we are the same. What makes us different is that you have not yet learned what real monsters are made of. Monsters, Warden, are made of innocence.
War. The natural state of our species.
This food, why are we not burning it all?
What do you imagine the clans would do if we burned it all?
They'd starve, die.
They would unite, but leave them scraps. Just enough for 2, maybe 3 clans. They will fight each other over what remains. The wolves among them will rise. We're not here to kill them. We are here to teach them who they are.
Apollyon is the most dangerous warrior in our game world. She believes deeply that wolves are allowed to feed.
I am Apollyon. I bring war.
And for Honor, it's a very dark setting, right? It's a place where conflict is constant, right? The story is about being a warrior, being someone who will stay and fight, right? At the center of that conflict, and knowing that what you're doing may or may not be right, may or may not be perfectly good or evil, right? But still doing the best that you can do
in that moment and using every part of your ability in the hope that it makes the world a better place. I've made a lot of games, right? Almost every other project I've been on, I was there to save the project. I was there to help the project finish. It wasn't mine. I was there to close it, right? I was there to help. But if the game was good or bad, I always had an excuse. If people don't like this game, I won't have that. I won't be able to tell myself, oh, I didn't have time, or I didn't have the, I didn't have the support, or I didn't have the, it'll just be, no, we failed. Right?
Downtown Los Angeles, it's E3 conference time.
We are rehearsing. We are rehearsing. We are gonna walk through our stage performance. Apollyon and her Blackstone legions crave a world where trust is impossible. They're gonna run the trailer, and then I'm gonna walk out, and then we're gonna have a little story time, and then we're gonna watch the demo. And then I come back off stage, and I fall apart.
That raider showed us what Viking fury could do.
Ben, ça lag. La démo a lag.
On a un truc à changer sur le PC et on reprend dans 2 minutes.
No, because it's lagging. We need to stop that. It's lagging. It's a waste of time right now.
Hadn't worked for a century.
We're going to roll the backup video. Okay. On roule la backup video en attendant voir si ça marche. And it had begun. Fade. Logo. Logo! You know the plan, they just fucked it up. And it has begun, fade to black, punch the logo in with the sound, which they fucked it up again.
It's not that. The timing, like the video plays, the logo comes up.
Okay, then what's the solution you propose?
No, because
if you see a problem, tell me what kind of solution you see. And then we can see what we can do with the assets we have in hand. That's the thing. It's not like I can modify the video. This is not, I cannot modify it.
I'm aware of that, dude. It's not my first fucking rodeo.
Me neither, it's not my first rodeo.
Yeah,
so if you have a solution, bring it forward.
Right now, the date, which has been the #1 question that people have been asking us, is just kind of a whoosh, ghost in. It's a ghost in the middle of a transition that's not even happening, right? So
I don't think we can judge. I had the same comments, but it's supposed to be there, the mix, and after that.
I think I can judge. I think I can.
Okay.
But that's a problem. Like, that's why we're arguing right now.
But I don't see the need to argue. I'm just telling you guys that. I mean, you don't think you can judge. I think I can. It's really hard to stay focused, right? It's really hard to stay on top of all of that and have everything go well and maintain my emotional equilibrium, you know.
Today, as Americans, we grieve the brutal murder,
a horrific massacre of dozens of innocent people.
Pray for their families who are grasping for answers with broken hearts. We stand with the people of Orlando who have endured a terrible attack on their city. We know enough to say that this was an act of terror and an act of hate.
There is a lot of hate in this world. It's senseless. There's probably people out there that would find this sort of ironic, but I'm making a game about warfare, you know. Games put you at the center, and sometimes that means creating villains, and sometimes that means putting our characters in difficult places, and sometimes it means asking you to do things that seem difficult or grotesque or you know, like frightening or all that stuff. But that's life. That's human life. If I have anything to say that can help, the best way for me to do that is through entertainment. Like, my message will come through. Even if it's wrapped in swords and sorcery, right? I think that art is a way to strike back against anger and oppression and violence. And it's all I've got.
On a fait jusqu'à présent rehearsal samedi matin, dimanche matin, dimanche soir. J'ai hâte que ce soit fini. Parce que là, mes nuits sont au-delà du décalage horaire, là, mes nuits sont de pire en pire. Cette nuit, je me suis levé 5 à 8 fois. Puis je me lève pas la nuit là-dessus. Je dors avec cette affaire-là dans la face. Là. Fait que pour me lever, aller faire pipi, là, faut que je l'enlève, faut que j'arrête la machine. Chaque année, les médias ils vont parler des quoi les jeux les plus attendus. Cette semaine, on a eu GameSpot, qui est un des plus gros sites, qui mettait les Most Anticipated Games 3 2016. Puis, tu sais, quand tu regardes, ben, le deuxième, c'est For Honor. Alors, c'est avec du Battlefield, du Zelda, donc avec des monstres d'industrie. Envoie mon point invité. It's gonna be awesome.
There were no signs. It came without warning.
Desperation drives us to war. It is trust that can end it. Apollyon and her Blackstone legions crave a world where trust is impossible. I'd like you to meet our game director on For Honor, Roman Campos Oriola. Come on out, Roman. My brother. Good luck.
Great.
Bye-bye. And you dead. Nailed it. Okay, next fight. Call it. Had begun. And they fucked up the logo. They fucked up the logo for the 7 consecutive times. Congratulations.
Good for Roman. Jason Vandenberg. If you are looking for something to give that very special someone in your life, For Honor will be available on Valentine's Day. What could be more romantic than dinner, drinks, and an all-night bender of epic work?
We're talking to the whole internet right now.
Well, like 10 fans.
That's like, go on. This is the decompression chamber. I'm only at ease when I'm alone or with my wife. People are always surprised, but I'm an introvert. I'm never comfortable when I'm at the office or stuff. What's really weird about that, though, is that I need the social stimulation, right? I need the pressure to create. So my life has been about finding a balance between jumping into these highly stressful situations and then getting away from them and then depressurizing and then going back in and back and forth like this.
Team meeting. Team meeting.
We have to talk about E3. It was a very, very, very good event. We exceeded every business objective we had walking in there. Now we have many discussions with potential partners from clothing, action figures, animation series, amusement parks.
We surprise people at E3. That means that we will do a bigger world tour. There's going to have presentation that was not planned. You cannot miss that, even if it's painful.
I'm now in front of the For Honor booth in the middle of the action at Gamescom. So here we have 64 pods. So you can try the campaign, you can try the multiplayer with your friends.
I was really looking forward to this game, this style of combat. You feel this sense of realism.
The control system was a bit different than I'm used to. At the beginning, I was having a little bit of trouble to get into it.
You guard incoming attacks to the right, left, or top, and attempt to retaliate where there's an opening.
It sounds simple, right? Well, it isn't.
I would like to see maybe like sneak attack kills, like sneak kills from behind. That would be like useful.
J'ai fait travailler Paquito jusqu'à minuit hier. C'est que je vais regarder ça là. Une expérience AAA en 2016, c'est plus juste un bon jeu. Parce que si c'est un excellent jeu, t'es pas capable d'aller online puis de connecter avec ton ami, ça reste un asti de jeu de merde. En ce moment, à cause de notre incapacité à se staffer online, j'étais en train de couper des features qui sont développées. Mais pour sauver deux semaines de programmation online, je suis obligé de les couper dans mon jeu. En gros, on demande à des gens de courir le 100 mètres, mais en fait, ils font un marathon. J'ai eu 7 démissions dans les dernières semaines. Je veux que Simon mette de la pression sur Bénédicte pour qu'il embauche. Je veux qu'on soit agressif parce qu'on est vraiment dans le trouble. Tu te souviens, il fallait monter à 600 personnes pour réussir à garder vivantes les 3 branches du projet, monter 3 core teams. Aujourd'hui, je peux pas le staffer avec les moyens que j'ai. Mais moi, j'accepte pas un mandat tant et aussi longtemps que j'ai pas un plan de staffing. On va se retrouver dans une position avec un château de cartes qui va s'écrouler.
Dans ce Brand Week, j'ai un meeting la semaine prochaine. Je vais leur dire que c'était long être en vidéoconférence.
Tu peux regarder c'est quoi la date?
À un moment donné, Steph, il va falloir qu'on fasse des sacrifices sur des places. Là. Le Brand Week, là, sérieusement, c'est le business qui a lead. C'est leur présentation.
T'essayes encore de te déloader des trucs. C'est ça que t'essayes de faire. Il y a tout le temps au moins une personne de l'équipe.
Donc, je m'ai donné un choix. On ne participe pas à des événements consommateurs.
Non, mais c'est pas à moi, faut que tu dises ça. C'est à tes boss, c'est à tes
mon
gens.
boss, c'est toi.
Oui, mais tes gens à Paris, c'est tes clients. Le vrai boss, c'est tes clients. Tu sais, c'est un meeting pour eux autres, là.
Pas celui-là. On va y aller pour 10 minutes.
I am hiding. I have found this wonderful booth of solitude that's far enough away from the beaten path that no one can find me, so I can get my work done. I've given up control of over 90% of this game by this point. Roman is directing the entire multiplayer effort and almost all of the gameplay. Roman and Galek and Jeff and those other guys, and I'm not involved right now on that because I've turned my attention on narrative, cinematics, writing. I was writing at 7 a.m. this morning, and I'll be writing until 10 p.m. tonight. We'll just keep rolling like that through the weekend.
Hello.
And that's lunch.
It's not real food. Remember when we lived in France and real food was part of the culture?
Yes.
It's nice for you to come home for lunch during the week. I like it when you do that. How's it at the office? What were you doing this morning?
Kill me.
Jason, he's 100% in the game, and so I'm like a lifeline back out because I'm always keeping us in the room together.
Anyway.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
I'm really not running the show in my head. I just kind of poke at things. And then suddenly I go, boom, oh. When I find it, it's not, oh, that's it in my mind. I go, poke. I can feel it in my heart. I feel it in my body, right? My body goes, yes, that's what we're doing. It's how I work as a director, right? I have this deep kind of, this emotional part, this sort of, whatever this is, a monster, that is just going to do what it's going to do, that keeps me up at night.
buddy.
My brother.
Good to see you.
We are doing a 3-hour stream from PAX for Honor. We're doing
For Honor?
For Honor. Yeah.
What's that? Oh, the game!
Yeah, thanks.
God, sorry.
I love you. Like a brother. Like a brother. Similar to
What's the weather like in Montreal? Is it like, does the air always smell like baguettes?
Yeah. Yes.
That's how I picture it in my mind.
Constantly.
It's just weird to have breakfast here in the morning instead of at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Know what you want?
Yes. Southwestern exposure, 6 eggs.
The full house, please.
And 6 eggs, right?
6, yeah. I am not enough of a man for the 12. Is there a sword in that cane yet?
You know what? I was in France, and this French cop car goes, I'm walking, and it's 4 cops get out. And they're like, excuse me, Mama Chair, I need to see your cane. Okay, and I'm not making this up.
He fiddles with it?
He goes,
fiddle.
You have a sword in here? And I go, no. He goes, okay, have a nice day. Gets in his car, drives off.
What is it about your whole shtick that could make him think you might be carrying a sword? Because you look like you're just on your way to your job at the insurance company, right? To work on actuarial tables.
That was, right? I was being profiled.
You're profiled.
I'm being profiled.
You're
man.
profiled.
Yeah, one more.
This will be fun, because if he has one more cup of coffee, he turns into a maniac. The Vikings, you know, those guys starved all winter and lived off of other people's food all summer.
They didn't actually
the biggest assholes ever.
They didn't exist.
Yes, they did.
Not in the way.
Have you read 1066?
That guy didn't. That guy didn't.
The Danish literally came down and invaded England when
the Danes exist.
Yes.
The Danes existed. Those guys, fictional.
That's an interesting point. Finally, 45 years, and finally make an interesting point.
I'm just gonna savor this moment. Just gonna enjoy it. So good. I think I was 14. My dad got involved in a community play, and it was the first time I had been in a theater when the show was not on. And I was blown away. It was like seeing behind the Matrix. It was this feeling of incredible revelation. It was like, oh my God, this is the theater before the show begins. It's like watching creation. It's like watching the universe be created. It's incredible.
Samurai and Vikings here in the PAX Arena and in Twitch video players online around the world. Welcome to the For Honor PAX West Gauntlet.
In games, we love to hear about the process of making the games. We love to watch the game unfold. We love to experience it before it's completed.
Jason Vandenberg.
I can't imagine more meaningful work for me. I work in the Temple of Thespis, you know? I devoted my life to entertaining people and to trying to find new ways to reach them and to fill their hearts with new ideas through entertainment, right? This is how I'll spend the rest of my life. I may not make video games my whole life, but I'm going to be entertaining people. And I'll do that until the day I die.
Мы рады вас приветствовать на эксклюзивном мероприятии по игре For Honor. Люк Дешен, бренд-директор For Honor.
So far, everything we've been doing on For Honor has a tremendous impact in Russia. The trailers have a lot of views. The positive feedback we're getting, a lot of registration on our website are coming from Russia. So it's like, okay, let's do something for Russia.
Молодые люди, пожалуйста, освободите проход здесь.
Our creative director, he first thought about For Honor after having a German longsword class. This is what we want the people to experience when playing For Honor is we want you to be on the battlefield, experiencing the emotion, the danger of being surrounded by all those epic warriors. Il est 10 heures passées, puis il faut encore que je travaille. Le sommeil, il y a une chance que j'ai ma machine. Je suis comme Darth Vader. L'apnée, ça fait en sorte que tu t'es jamais dans le sommeil profond, tu te réveilles constamment. Soit tu t'étouffes ou tu arrêtes de respirer. Ça peut avoir des dangers graves parce que quand tu respires mal, quand tu dors mal, tu manques d'oxygène. C'est pas bon pour le cœur. La dame m'a dit que j'étais à 3 à 6 mois de faire une crise cardiaque. Il y en a quand ils stressent, ils mangent pas. Moi, quand je stresse, je mange. Allô Lily, comment ça va? Tu sais, les enfants comprennent que papa travaille, mais lundi matin, quand je vais aller reconduire mes filles à l'école, la plus petite, elle pleurait. Parce qu'elle voulait pas que je parte. Ça brise le cœur. Même ma grande, une fois que la petite a été partie, elle m'a fait un câlin, puis elle m'a dit, papa, je veux pas que tu partes. Fait que c'est... c'est pas facile.
Quand je vous dis qu'il y a des conséquences à ce qu'on n'ait pas pu amener notre plan de staffing cet été, c'est ça que je dis, là. C'est qu'en ce moment, on me ramène ça au moment où on est le plus en crunch, là. L'équipe est fatiguée. L'équipe, là, elle se bat pour sa survie. La soumission et la date de sortie n'est pas sécurisée aujourd'hui. C'est pas juste de dire « Ah, OK, Cardin, on ouvre les valves ». Non, la réalité, c'est qu'au mois de mai, il me manquait 500 personnes pour faire le plan de marque. Bien, la réalité aujourd'hui, c'est que ces personnes-là, en plus de ne pas les avoir, en plus, j'ai pas pu commencer à les chercher au mois de mai dernier. C'est qu'on me pitchait en octobre pendant que tous mes directeurs, tous mes leads se battent comme des chiens pour arriver à soumettre le jeu dans les temps. Moi, ma job, c'est de sécuriser ma date de ship parce qu'en ce moment, c'est pas le cas. Il y a un décalage, la date aurait des conséquences majeures sur la compagnie, là.
This is IGN News, where split-screen functionality has been officially cut from Ubisoft's upcoming medieval brawler.
However, now it has been confirmed by Ubisoft that the feature has been dropped from the game entirely.
Fine. Anything that was co-op with split-screen is gone. Ouch.
The team have spoken many times about the importance of split-screen as a feature and how it applies to their vision.
In a 2015 interview with GameSpot, creative director Jason van der Berg said that the feature was absolutely key for us.
Split screen, super required because this is a game about fighting with weapons.
During an interview with IGN, producer Stefan Cardin said that the change was made very recently.
We decided this week to cut the split screen. It was a feature that we love, but for us it was critical to make the decision now so we can polish all the features at the AAA level and make sure that we have the most amazing experience.
Mit einer heutigen Special-Ausgabe For Honor, und zwar mit einem Split-Screen-Special.
Maybe somewhere down the road, Ubisoft realized, hey, we want to break.
For me, For Honor is one of my most anticipated games of next year. So I hope it'll get the original.
Je veux profiter de ce team meeting-là parce que les gens sont fatigués puis il y a eu beaucoup de grogne pour leur dire on est conscient de la réalité et moi, je veux travailler avec vous. Aujourd'hui, j'en fais un cas personnel pour qu'on améliore nos façons de planifier les périodes passantes. Il faut qu'on brise le truc de « il y a juste moi qui peux le faire ». I know with the life period, we suffer a lot. And to me, the thing I'm asking you is to open your mind and work closely with us to make it happen. But I also need your help for organization. please stop to be cynic, stop to be negative, saying nothing will change. We will again make things change internally, and I will work my ass very hard to make sure we have a healthy environment and a healthy calendar for everyone.
Yes, we are closing now. December 6th, we send our bill to QC to get a go validation from them. If we don't get a green light, we are missing the date.
Échouer, ça fait toujours partie du paysage. Quand tu arrives moi j'appelle ça, on est dans la red zone. Plus tôt dans le projet, tu peux toujours dire « Ah, on va y réfléchir plus tard ». Il n'y a plus de plus tard.
I'm going through this weird process of letting go. And so I'm sort of separating from the game. And there's a depression that comes after you stop, right? When you're creating something, at least for me, you get really like, oh, sad. No game wants to be finished. You have to force it.
My brothers.
How's it going?
Oh dear,
Look at what you. This is lovely. These are lovely.
It's kind of interesting that you have time for this today. Yes. You know, it's like, wow, what's going on? Something happened?
Listen.
It's the stress relief. He needed gets to. Did you fire yourself?
I did. No, I'm done, dude. I'm done.
What?
No, I am done. Yes, I am done.
No.
My role on the project is over. Yes.
So you wander the halls
Yes.
forlornly
Yes.
looking for...
Yes.
Okay.
I don't mean, still there. Yeah, I have an office. I'm sitting with the sound team, but I have no tasks. Like, I'm done. They no longer care about my opinion.
These barbarians, they seem like they're good people, huh? They embrace each other like they were all kin. But that is all a lie. When night falls, they stab each other with their knives. Writing Apollyon was maybe the closest to putting a lot of my own views into a character. Apollyon believes that the only way that you can know yourself is through life and death survival, experiences, is being challenged and fighting for your life. Right? She believes that that's the only way to self-knowledge.
Your emperor is dead. Will you take his place?
After I kill the rest of them, I'm coming to kill you.
A wolf. Leave the palace to Seijuro. The others can fight for the scraps.
Truth is that when you fight for something that you believe in, win or lose, you become immortal. You're remembered. Warriors are remembered because of the battles that they fight. And we all want immortality, right? We all want to be remembered.
un projet de 4-5 ans, la toile de fond, c'est le projet. Mais ça devient ta vie, ça devient ta façon de vivre. Tu peux être le meilleur manager au monde. Tu peux avoir les meilleures méthodologies, essayer de prendre les problèmes de tout le monde, essayer de gérer les trucs de projet, gérer des attentes, livrer tout ce qu'on avait à livrer. À un moment donné, tu perds tes repères, là. Tout le monde a des attentes. Tu as des attentes dans ta vie personnelle, tu as des attentes à ton travail, tu as des gens de ton équipe qui croient en ce que tu leur as vendu, d'être capable de tout vivre ça. Moi, en 4 ans et demi, j'ai tout donné. L'ambition, c'est bon. Mais est-ce que tu as tous les outils pour gérer cette adrénaline-là, cette pression-là? I really miss you all. I just want to clarify something because I just disappeared before Christmas. My command center just shut down. Just shut down. I woke up and I was not able to just think. And I went and go and get help. So I just want to share that with you, just telling you that, you know, it's part of life. I'm good to give advice. I'm really bad to follow my own advice. I don't recommend you to pass through the hell I passed through. I really love you and I'm really happy to be back with you. Comme un gros sac de roche, là. Là, j'ai fait ça de même. Pouf, ça a tombé. Le premier truc qu'ils ont fait, c'est briser l'ego. Puis ils l'ont cassé à coups de masse. Tu sais, des fois, tu te dis, ah, je vais penser à moi ou on y pense quoi, 15-20 minutes? Là, j'ai pensé 14 heures par jour, 21 jours fermés de tout. Mr. Vandenberg.
How are you, sir?
A lot better. A lot better. I went for it, but I'm back.
Good. It's a good break.
Yeah.
So I need to talk to you if you've got time.
Yeah, I will just look at the schedule, maybe this afternoon.
I just need a half an hour. I'm done with the project and kind of winding down, and what am I going to do next? I have these ideas for the sequel, and everyone's waiting for the game to come out so that we can see if it was a success or not. And until that happens, it's going to be really hard for anybody to listen to me about what I think we should do next, right?
Ça va très bien.
Alors, je suis content de te voir.
Moi aussi. Je suis content d'être là. C'est ça qui est plus important.
For Honor is a very special project. It started from a sparkle that you guys saw in a totally blue ocean. And you're helping the studio and the whole company to shine and to thrive. Thank you very much. It's an honor.
Five years already. We knew we were touching something special, and you guys deliver on every step. I want to thank you very much. I love you all. Thank you and enjoy the champagne. Good job.
Dennis got up and talked to him. Steph got up and talked to him. I didn't talk. I wasn't invited.
So cheers.
You'll forgive me if I don't dance on my own grave.
There's no grave.
Yeah, okay. Sure. I'm gonna go talk to Steph.
You're a very responsible guy. You can decide how you react.
Sure. I am a hard man to understand. So people are left to interpret what I want and what I do through the lens of whatever they think I am.
Congratulations.
I love peace, but I'm not comfortable in it. I fight and I live to create peace, but once it's there, I don't know what to do. When Steph and I sat down, it was clear that we're not going to continue, right? The last 2 years, he had to make a bunch of really unpleasant decisions. Did those decisions and my decisions end up in a place where we're going to separate? Yeah, we're going to separate. There's a word that we don't talk much about anymore, which I've had to learn about in this project. And that is nobility. Nobility means that you do the thing that you don't want to do, even though it hurts you beyond measure, because you know that it's what the people need you to do. And you suck it up and you don't complain, and you just do it.
Tu sais, ça a commencé d'abord avec une équipe de production qui cherchait vraiment un projet. On est tombé sur un directeur créatif, Jason. On avait l'ossature et les muscles, mais on n'avait pas d'âme. Il nous manquait notre cœur. Puis Jason, avec son rêve, avec sa passion, avec son énergie, ça fitait avec l'équipe.
Stéphane?
Le truc qui me blesse le plus aujourd'hui, c'est qu'en fait, on fait plein de choses avec des gens qu'on apprécie, puis qu'on aime, nous, au quotidien. Mais par orgueil, par ego, par compétition, les gens se le disent pas. Peux-tu se respecter puis s'aimer à la base? Je veux dire, on est ensemble.
Fort apprécié. Moi, je donne des câlins, félicitations. Vous êtes tous des câlins. Merci beaucoup.
Il va nous rester des relations. C'est de ça qu'on va se rappeler.
Jason! Neil! Congratulations. Enjoy.
On dit souvent que livrer un projet comme ça, c'est un peu un accouchement. Mais malheureusement, il y a de la douleur là-dedans, puis il y a des... Tu sais, ça n'a pas tout le temps été rose. Il y a eu des moments difficiles, puis ça a laissé des marques pour certaines personnes. Puis ça fait partie de la game.
Wait! No, no! His ass. No, okay.
The parts of my personality that I am currently being told are the reason that I need to go are the same parts of my personality that made me the best choice and the reason that they gave me that team. I'm not a very good soldier, so I have to live with the consequences.
It's a really dark place that I'm in right now. My baby is being taken away from me. And
go babies.
Yeah, well, it's not the way it's usually done. So, I'm not going to be invited back. And the reasons for that are not okay with me. I'm happy to let it go out in the world. I'll find something else to do, right? But it's one of the worst things that could happen in the middle of one of the best things that's possible. So I'm not in a good space. I'm really not. The actual answer, though, to why does it keep happening to me, I actually had to think about this. I know the answer now.
Awesome.
I will tell you a story. I will tell you a story, right? Hey! Hey!
I can tell you the story of a warlord who found a people who were in trouble, had been defeated. When this warlord came in and inspired them and organized them and trained them and gave them weapons, and then formed an army and reclaimed the land
And now peace begins, and the farmers go back to their fields, and the traders and the merchants arrive in the city, and now everything is returning to normal. And so a day comes when the council, the priests, and the merchants all come to the warlord and say, you need to go. It's the curse of the warlord, right? The game is amazing. It's beautiful. It's an incredible achievement. And I will never work on it again. Imagine that you have a child, and imagine that that child grows and goes to college. And imagine that when they leave for college, they sit down with you and they have a private conversation and they tell you that they never want to see you again. I'm sorry, Dad, but you're just too intense. I'm gonna go and do my own life, but please don't contact me again. I'm trying to just be okay with it. I'm trying to just not freak out. Because I don't have another choice that I can make. I'm gonna go to do the live stream today, and there's nobody there who's aware of that. Here we are. So everyone else is here celebrating For Honor and is ready to launch the game.
Hey! This is a little over the top with the crown and the sword. This is going too far. This is literally, well, it's not too far for me.
Oh, this is right up my alley.
It's like being an actor. I have to find in myself part of me that is genuinely excited about that moment, right? It's not pretending. I don't need to pretend.
Hi. Do you want to keep this little 5 o'clock shadowy stuff going? You don't want to trim it down?
It's part of the look.
It's part of the look. That's why I'm asking.
This is just what I am.
You're right.
Melodramatic. It's just the deal.
Love it.
In the meantime, let's head back to Chris, who's sitting down with Jason.
Jason, welcome to the large cap.
This is my religion. It's the theater of the mind. Entertainment, games, movies, books, all of this stuff. It's the theater of the mind.
Well, just be on your guard.
It's the lens through which we understand how the world works without having to literally go to war ourselves, right? It's a way for people to be warned and to learn about what the world contains to better prepare themselves for what's happening in their real life. We reject philosophy as a study in our culture these days, right? Philosophy has been sort of pushed to the side, but we revere our entertainment forms, right? Well, it's the same. Entertainment is philosophy in motion.
Bye-bye. Jason Vandenberg. Raining, days ending. We're walking in the distance. My friend, the end is near. And so we face the final curtain. Regret, I've had a few. But then again.
The time is coming to lift the curtain, turn on the lights, and let the creation speak for itself, right? Let it stand there and be judged. And I won't be there. I'll be in the audience.
On voulait sortir un jeu parfait pour la Saint-Valentin, un jeu pour l'amour, quelque chose de plus immersif, quelque chose qui est moins dans la tête, beaucoup plus dans le cœur.
On voulait vraiment que les joueurs puissent vivre l'expérience qu'on a pu vivre dans Braveheart, dans 300.
Le 14 février, cette année, c'est pas le temps de faire l'amour, ça va être le temps de faire la guerre. Donc, préparez-vous pour le grand lancement de For Honor.
Ils ont aimé ça acheter For Honor? Merci. Salut, je m'appelle Luc, je travaille avec l'équipe de développement. Montre-moi le jeu, je l'envoie dans la photo. Ouais, cool.
Merci à toi.
Ouais, merci bien.
Amuse-toi.
J'ai sorti! On est à plus de 700 000 en ce moment. On donne pas de chiffres. T'as passé à la vidéo de Kona le matin?
Ouais.
C'est cool.
Luc et Stéphane, merci beaucoup de me recevoir dans votre cafétéria. Avez-vous déjà des chiffres préliminaires au niveau du téléchargement?
On en a, mais on peut pas en donner. Ça va bien.
Mais ça va très, très bien.
Ça va, on est content.
Disons qu'aujourd'hui, il y avait un enthousiasme, tu sais.
Tu t'as pris ça où?
Je me suis couché dans une boîte de jeux.
Elle est bonne.
Ouais, t'es trop bonne?
Eh oui, mets-la sur Facebook.
Eh oui. Ça part en malade, mon gars. Restes-tu des copies de For Honor?
Oui, il m'en reste.
Oui?
Oui.
T'en as-tu vendu aujourd'hui?
Oui, quand même beaucoup.
C'est quoi? Non, il y a écrit Collector Edition sur les CD. Ça n'a pas pour tout le monde.
Non. Ah bah non. Ah non.
Ah, c'est cool. February 14, 2017. Here we are. For Honor is in the box. It's the video.
Dans le jeu, on a l'option d'enlever le sang ou d'enlever le
La décapitation, ouais.
On va le mettre par défaut, on va enlever l'option dans le menu.
Ah ouais, on est capable de faire ça.
Peut-être que cette version-là marcherait pour la Chine puis ça serait pas vraiment trop dispendieux.
T'en parleras avec Pascal pendant que je suis absent, là.
OK.
Il faut que j'arrête, là. Mais moi, je pars le 7. J'arrive le soir.
OK.
Puis à partir du 8, je suis à déjeuner.
Vous êtes à l'hôtel dedans et tout, là,
Ouais.
en mode Disney, quoi.
Ouais. Je suis en mode Mickey Mouse. J'amène ma petite puis ma fielle. Il y a le Beauty Bee, Body Bee boutique. C'est un makeover de princesse. Fait qu'ils vont être peignés, des robes. Je trouve que j'ai été un frère, fils, oncle, mari, père absent. J'essaie de me reconnecter avec ma gang.
Ah, ça, je parie que c'est un fantôme. Non! En arrière de tous les personnages, il va avoir un fruit, ou un légume, ou un bonbon. Il faut que tu lui fasses manger un petit peu de nourriture. Nourriture? Je vais manger de la nourriture. Non, ça sera brillant. Ça, c'est Pikachu.
Ça, c'est lui, Pikachu.
Mais c'est pas le même parce que j'ai refait très vite. C'est le petit.
Quoi?
Ça, t'as-tu fait mal quand tu t'es fait ton tatou?
Regarde, tu vois encore les gales. Je te jure, là, que quand il est rendu près d'ici, là, ça fait vraiment très, très mal, puis ça a duré 4 heures.
Mais ça veut dire quoi, un phénix?
Un phénix, c'est un animal qui renaît de ses cendres. Des fois, on veut changer dans la vie, puis des fois, il nous arrive des épreuves, puis qu'il y a toujours moyen de se réinventer. Je veux prendre le temps de comprendre ce qui s'est passé. Est-ce que j'ai de l'énergie? J'ai de l'énergie encore. J'en ai combien d'antennes, puis pour combien de projets? C'est ça ma vraie grande question, là. Et ça, aujourd'hui, j'ai pas la réponse. Ça n'a pas beaucoup arrêté depuis la sortie du jeu. J'essaie de prendre quand même un certain recul puis de m'assurer que je ne tombe pas dans la fatigue ou dans une spin plus négative parce que je suis fatigué. Tu sais, il n'y a rien dans mon projet que j'ai vécu ou dans lequel ma vie est en danger, là. Puis on se met un stress, puis on vit des émotions comme si on était sur le front à la guerre, là. Comme ma fille de 9 ans me dit, « Tu sais, papa, les belles journées finissent toujours par se terminer, mais les mauvaises aussi. » Moi, je veux m'assurer de jamais oublier.
Anything that was going to happen in that project was going to happen. I have accepted that I am not doing this anymore. That was a big step. Accepting that I won't work on the sequel, that I won't do another, I won't continue with this team. It's the greatest performance I've ever given. That's the best I can do. It's the only time I've ever released a game and then been able to play it on day one and not hate it. This is the game I wanted to play when I was a kid. It wasn't a lie. I wasn't kidding about the dream. It wasn't just a story I made up. I really wanted to play this game, and now I can. And I can play it with millions of people. This tale will be told in this way. The warlord packs up their weapons, puts them in a wagon, gets on their horse, and leaves. It's a story about peace. For Honor is a story about peace and how warriors create it.